I do this every time. I have the mic muted so you can't hear me on the intro, and then I forget. Anyway, welcome back to Thursday Night Live. I am Stopher Cavins, still psychic medium. I want to thank everybody for being here. Sorry I was gone last week, but I had the opportunity to help a friend park her car on my street and take her to the airport, save her a little bit of money, and then bring her back to her car. Anyway, hello. Welcome to everyone coming in. Happy Thursday. And for folks, I think some of you, it's already Friday, so that's kind of cool too. All right, so we're going to be doing some readings tonight. Probably just want to get straight into it. I don't really have anything to talk about. If anybody does have anything they want to share from their week, feel free to do that in the comments, and we'll chat about it. We'll get into your tea because I don't have any tea to spill. All right, already got some things started here so that we can get into the questions later. Of course, we're going to be doing psychic and mediumship readings. There's two ways to get them. You can put them in the comments. Please put them in all caps and put the emojis around there if you could. There's the instructions right there on the screen. I will then star them so that on my end, I have a collection of the different questions coming in. And then at different times throughout the evening, I will answer your questions. I don't go in any kind of order. It's just whatever I'm called to. If I'm not feeling the energy, I may not answer a certain question. So, just because you get your question early does not necessarily mean that it is guaranteed to be answered. But I will try to get to as many as possible, of course. The other way, and I guess the way to almost guarantee yourself a reading is to come onto the live with me in the pinned. I guess there's a pinned comment if you're watching on YouTube, which is the only way to watch, so that makes sense. It's in dark blue. There is a link to the StreamYard. You will then go into like a backstage kind of area, and then when I'm ready, I will bring you onto the live so that we can answer your question or connect with your loved one, whatever it is. All right. Of course, I have to tell you that I am not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a real estate agent, therapist, relationship counselor, none of those licensed things. I do read on those types of topics, health and wellness, people have real estate questions, legal, that kind of stuff. It is not to be misconstrued with advice. I'm not giving legal advice, medical advice, real estate advice. It really is just my opinion of the energy that I'm reading, my objective opinion of the energy that I'm reading. So if you do have those questions, I will answer them with my opinion of your energy. But if you need more information, you might want to go see a doctor, lawyer, real estate agent, whatever the case is. All right. What else do I need to tell you? I do have, if you've given thought to expanding your own, developing your own, what am I trying to say? Your own abilities to, intuitive abilities to do mediumship, to do psychic work, for whatever the reason is, whatever your desire is. I am offering classes coming up in March, early March, I believe. Those are on my website, stophercavins.com. Just go to the education tab and you will see more information about those. They're 4-week courses. And so there's advanced, intermediate, and so that's advanced, intermediate, one course, and then also beginner. If you're just dipping your toes into the water, want to see how it is, how it goes, that's, start with the beginner. And if you already have some experience reading, then the advanced intermediate will be the way to go for that. So you can sign up for those. There's plenty of seats available. Start. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. We'll hide that for now. All right. A lot of folks. Yes, thank you all for being here. If you're new to the channel and have not subscribed, please do that. Hit the subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. You can also click the bell so that you'll be alerted anytime I go live or post new content. And also, please hit the like button if you're here. I appreciate it. If you have mediumship, the best way to do that, because I don't love doing mediumship just in the comments, it's not a great connection, and it's just kind of hard going back and forth to, understand the evidence that's coming through. So if you'd like to come live, that's the best way to do mediumship as well. All right. The one other thing is I do offer private readings, of course. You can once again go to my website. If you'd like your own private reading, I offer 30-minute, 45-minute, and 50-minute readings, psychic and mediumship. I also have pet healing sessions for your fur babies that are alive. That's not mediumship. It's actually energy connections with the living pets. Those are all available on my website. Nailed it. And also, if you don't have time to sit for a reading or appointments aren't your thing, I offer e-readings. So what this is, basically, you hop on the website, you answer you ask 4 questions, and then I will I'll try to within 3 days present you with a recorded reading where I'm going over your questions. And yeah, so it's just an easier way to get the reading if you don't have time to sit, or if none of my available times work for you. All right, I think that's it. Yeah, so you can get your own private reading, stophercavins.com. All right, I think I'm done rambling. Patricia, thank you for being here. Sherry, hello. Well, let's check it out. I love it when my people say all the nice things about me. That way I don't have to toot my own horn. It's just not my thing. It's been 1 year since I did Stopher's Mediumship Course, and I went in thinking I had no abilities and left changed forever. Oh my God, thank you so much. And yes, you definitely have abilities, Patricia. We saw that. All right, Gigi, thank you for being here. Marnie, thank you. Got your question. Melody, got it. Blue Sphinx, got it. Cat Mama Meow, do drop in. That's a mouthful. $1.42, I've got your question. If I'm able to get a connection through the chat, I can try to see if your mother has a message. Clarence Fields, thank you for being here. All right, thank you, everyone. Please hit the like button if you've not done that yet. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Let's get into it. So, Anya, are you ready? Anya?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes. How are you?
Not too bad. Bit nasal, I'm afraid.
Uh-oh, getting over a cold like I am always?
Indeed. But yours seems to have been prolonged.
Oh, yeah. I've got that. I'm hearing about this. It's called 100-day cough here, especially in California, they say. But I think I've got that.
Yeah, I think I've just got, well, I'm in the middle of it.
No good. Well, how can I help you tonight?
Let me just start by saying I did have a previous question to you about a young baby, my grandchild, and I asked whether the child would be born in 2023 or 2024. You gave me a 2023. He did come early, but you were out by 5 days, and I thought.
Oh, did I give you an actual date or no?
No, it was me and the way I phrased the question, which was baby's due in January. That's the due date. But
Right.
in actual fact, will he come in 2024 or will he be early 2023?
And he was early.
So he was an early baby, but he wasn't 2023. But either way, lovely, healthy child.
Oh, good. Brilliant.
But you did get that it was a boy. Absolutely.
All right. Got a new boy. Wonderful. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Right. My question today is, I am looking to downsize during 2024 for the family that just had the baby. And I wonder what the chances were of me finding happiness in whatever I downsize to. And if you've got any indication as to what the property might be or where it might be. How about that?
Yeah, let's look into that. Thank you for the question.
And I didn't put a picture up this time because it's 2:00 in the morning in the UK.
Oh, good. Yeah, no, thank you for being awake and checking in.
Yeah, I'm not at my best.
All good. Well, we can hear you, and that's perfect. Let me just kind of feel into this for just a second and see if I can get some information for you.
Thank you.
I will say this, is it Ania or Anya?
Anya.
Anya, okay. I will say this, I think your intuition of wanting to downsize or kind of head in that direction, it feels super correct to me. So definitely continue to trust your intuition on this. And I would tell you if it didn't feel correct, if it felt off. So that's not what I'm feeling. I'm feeling it actually looks good. And here's what I'm getting. I'm being drawn to the outside of the structure, actually. Do you have a decent amount of land or a large lot that your property sits on?
In UK terms, I wouldn't say it was a large lot. I do have a garden. The shed's pretty big at the back, and there is a chance of development there, but not really for living quarters.
Yeah, here's what I'm getting with it. It's like almost like when we talk about downsizes, of course, I'm also getting the structure itself as far as the living space will be smaller, but also the amount of work or upkeep or the amount that of energy that has to be put into the outside of the property also
Hmm.
is going to be important for you to kind of relinquish some of that energy that's going into that. Do you understand that?
Absolutely, that is a good reason for doing so. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think there's a really great, it seems to me there's a really great opportunity to kind of end the energy or at least reduce the energy that's put into the outside upkeep of your space there. So that's a really big thing that you're going to enjoy.
Hmm.
Um, I feel like there will be an opportunity. This energy feels like it kind of flows a little bit. So what this means to me is I'm actually putting you like this time next year in 2025.
Hmm.
I don't know that of course you get to decide if it happens this year, but I feel like there's still some things that need to be done or wrapped up with the current property where you're at now. And then there's a lot more opportunity kind of the start of 2025 when we talk about
Right.
downsizing and moving. I don't think you move too far though. I think you're within like a 20-mile radius.
Right. Yeah. That
Does
that
that make
fits.
sense to you? Is that kind of what you're hoping for?
Um. Well, my son says he wants to take the property over in September. So I guess by the time everything's been sorted out, we could end up being, into the new year next year. Yeah.
Yeah, if
And,
he's wanting
and
to
I,
do that, I almost feel like there's something procedural or maybe contractual that there's just something that kind of needs to be tied up. So if that's when he's planning, I would almost like kind of dig into it a little bit before then if you're wanting to bring those timelines up, because it feels to
Mhm,
me like that would make sense if he's wanting to be in there by September. I just feel like there's maybe something once you kind of want to execute it that takes it a little bit further because I'm getting like right around this time next year.
mhm. It has been
So
suggested I might end up living in the house with them until such time as I can find somewhere to move. I don't want to do that because I wouldn't like to jeopardize my relationship with my in-law.
yeah, I don't sense that. I don't sense
Mhm.
that happening. If it is, it's very, very short-lived. And when I say it's literally, it would be weeks, not months or even years.
Okay, that's good.
I actually see you moving to an apartment.
An apartment? Oh,
Yeah,
really?
an apartment or a townhome. It feels to me like it's a little bit more manageable.
Hmm.
Of course,
Yeah,
you decide if you want to do that or not, but it feels to me like it's not a property or something that you would even maybe own.
maybe in the UK when you say townhome, that normally means on 3 levels, and obviously, downsizing means I'm of an age where I'm looking for something
Yeah.
smaller, and certainly not with stairs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the United
Just
States,
saying.
most of townhomes are two levels, but some are one level. Um,
Right. Right.
or a condominium kind of thing. Condominiums are often one level as well. So something like that, but it seems it's more manageable and it seems like it's maybe got a shared wall or it's a part of a community.
Okay. Right. Thank you very much.
All right. So yeah, so once again, that feels to me like it's about a year away, but that feels like it probably the timeline works for you pretty well.
Okay, Stopher. Thank you very much, and I
All
wish
right.
you best.
Thank you so much, Anya. Get some sleep.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Fantastic. All right. Jackie, are you ready to come on? Let's go. Hi,
How are you?
Jackie. I'm good. How are you doing?
Well, I've been better.
Uh-oh. What do we got going on now?
Well, I had a situation on the 8th at work. Um, we had a purchasing person we hired, so she's been there like 3 months, and I trained her. Everything was great. And then like 2 weeks ago, I needed some information from her, so I emailed her Wednesday, no response. Thursday, no response. Friday, no response. I called her, she didn't answer the phone. So I walked back to her office, knocked on the door, and I said, "Can I come in? I have something to talk to you about." So she said yes, but I could tell she was flustered.
Hmm.
The next thing I know, my boss is in my office telling me on Monday that we need to have a meeting about how to get along with each other. And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Well, Deanna went home. She had an emotional breakdown because I invaded her personal space.
No
And
good.
I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" So Monday morning we had our meeting, and she's like saying all these untrue statements that I'm out to sabotage her. I'm trying to get her, not giving her all the correct information. And at the same time, complaining that I sent her 29 emails that she didn't need. I'm like, "You can't have it both ways. Either I'm not giving you what you need or I am." And so I really just stood my ground and refuted everything she was saying.
Right.
But my voice was raised, because I was pissed at that point. And I'm like, "I trained you. Like, I don't want that job back. That would be preposterous that I would be out to sabotage you." And so I told her, I'm like, "I don't think that this is a me problem. I think that this is a you problem and whatever emotional stuff that you're dealing with." And because I brought up her emotional issue, I
Mm-hmm.
got fired for unprofessional conduct. I'm like, I I'm like blown away. I don't even know. It's like a bad dream. I'm like, how am I the one on the chopping block when the whole reason that we had a meeting was for her emotional breakdown? Like,
Right.
I don't get it. Um, I did remember before we talked about the job that I applied for the state. So that's still in the process.
Mm-hmm.
No one seems to know where I'm at in the process. This Pennsylvania State Police said they completed their part of the background check and I passed and everything was good there. Today, I emailed the lady that would be my boss just as a follow up. Where am I at in the process? She tells me she thinks the state police are still doing their background check. So no one seems to know where I'm at. So I was just wondering what your thoughts are. Before you talked about, I was like 70% for the good for that job.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if you get any better feeling, any thoughts on this whole fiasco at all?
Got it. Did I give you a timeline for that?
No.
Okay. All right. Did you have a question? Okay, so I know you have questions about the state job, but I'm getting something else too. I'm getting something temporary. Can I ask you this? What kind of work were you doing that you were just let go from?
Administrative, HR, accounting, um, basically the front of the office, like an executive assistant.
Got it. Okay. Here's what I get. And I don't know, you didn't ask this, but I don't think there's any kind of I mean, if you wanted to go a legal route with it, maybe, I'm not giving legal advice, but I don't sense that there's a lot of energy on your end
Well,
for
you can't.
messing with it.
Yeah, you can't here because Pennsylvania is an at-will state, so you have no recourse unless you're like a minority or something.
Got it. That would make sense why I wasn't feeling any kind of legal, but I feel like it's also maybe it's just your understanding of the state laws. I just wasn't sensing anything, so I wanted to share that with you. That I don't think any energy will be spent, and you'll kind of just be able to, of course you're pissed
Yeah,
off, but you'll move on. Um,
yeah.
before I get into, well, let me give you what I get about the state job. It still feels a little bit there. I mean, there's some energy where it's iffy, but I've got the timeline sliding a little bit. So I've got it now at end of March and April. I'm not sure if I had a timeline before, but I've got it kind of in a holding pattern right now. What it feels like to me is whatever process they're in, because I'm getting the sense of almost like things have been submitted and then they're waiting back from like a higher level. So I'm not sure if this is going like to, a higher level in the state or whatever the case is, or if it's internal. But it's almost like we're waiting for things to come back. And it feels to me like it's a financial understanding on their end.
Okay.
Of their budgets and things that we don't need to understand. But that's kind of what I'm getting. So I don't think it's any holdup on your information. I don't necessarily, I'm not getting that they need anything extra from you or that there's anything wrong with your information.
Yeah.
I just feel
I
like
was
it's part
hoping
of
like
their
they,
process and it feels stuck at like a higher level and they're waiting for it to come back. And I think that's going to take a while.
okay.
I almost feel like it almost feels like to me like it's purposeful. Like they're kind of holding up hiring or they're holding up something just so they can kind of cross some T's and dot some I's on their end on a state level. Bureaucracy. So it's going to take
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah.
So currently I have this as like late March, early April before you kind of have an understanding or are moving forward kind of energy. In the meantime, this is because I know, thank you for sharing what you're doing, what you were just doing. And I know you're going for a state job. This is going to be something a little different, but I'm feeling there might be an opportunity presented to you. And it feels to me like it's in a restaurant or a bakery of some sort. I'm not saying you're going to be cooking or baking things, but
Well, let's hope not, because there'd be some lawsuits there then.
yeah, no, it feels to me like there might be an admin or a bookkeeping or something that has to do that's somehow connected. So keep your options open. This could be like kind of a bridge.
Okay.
But I'm predicting there's something out there that feels like it's fairly close to you. And I mean energetically, where you might have an opportunity to do some temporary work for like a restaurant. It feels to me like it's somehow connected to the restaurant industry or baking or something like that.
Okay. Yeah,
Right.
I'm like kind of hoping the state doesn't find out that I was fired because, I mean, even though it wasn't my fault, I don't want them to say, oh, well, like that'd be a black mark on me, you know.
Yeah, I don't have any energy on that. I think because it's so fresh. So I can't, I'm not going to make a prediction on that because I just don't have a lot with it.
Yeah. The other thing I was concerned about with the state is I think they do a credit check, and my credit report is not the greatest. I mean, it's not terrible, but I just have a heavy debt load. I pay my bills. It's just I have a lot of them.
Yeah. It's interesting because I'm still in this energy of them not asking for more information. So I don't know. And I would let you know if I thought that was a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing.
Mhm.
But I feel like they will be able to make their decision based on what you provided so far.
Okay. And what do you think with the situation at my other job?
What's the question specifically?
Well, I hope that witch has another meltdown and then I'm not there to blame.
Yeah, there's something that came up when I was filling into that, and I don't know if this is with you directly, but I feel like there is like almost a level of um, negotiation happening. So I don't know if this is between her and the employer, uh, but I feel like I almost feel like you haven't heard the last of it.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
and I wish I had more information. I don't mean to be lame, but I don't know if that involves you or if they're trying to negotiate with you or ask you to come back into the fold, which sounds to me like
Oh,
you
no.
probably want to.
No.
But there's something here that feels to me like there's still a negotiation. There's still something to talk about. So if that's not something you want to be a part of, then just be ready to protect yourself from that.
Yeah. I know they were interviewing for my position and they divvied out some of my jobs to other people. I heard that from somebody that still works there. But yeah.
Well, best of luck to you. Keep us up to date on how it
Okay.
goes.
Okay.
All
I sure
right.
will. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you for joining us. Bye, Jackie.
Bye-bye.
All right, let's bring on. Hi, everybody, for being here. Thank Jeffrey. Hello, Ness. Hey, Teresa. Kevin, the healing medium. All right, all the folks. Let's bring on Tracy. You ready, Tracy? Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for being here. How's it going?
Thank you for doing this.
Of course.
A couple of months ago, I brought home a rescue dog from the shelter, and it's been kind of trying. It's been a lot of work. I just wondered what energy you picked up around how my animals feel and how she feels.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so the first thing I'm being brought to is this feels to me like a high energy animal. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. So the thing I'm being brought to is, you know how like when you have kids?
Grown kids, they don't live at home anymore.
Okay. Okay, I'm just giving you an example of like when you bring the baby home and then the baby starts crawling, you kind of have to like baby proof the house.
Yeah.
So there's still some kind of like accessibility things that I feel, I'm not going to say that they're dangerous for the animal, but there's still seems to me like there might be some energies where you still have to kind of baby proof the house or kind of set the house up so that it's really best suited for this particular animal. Do you understand that?
I do. I have been doing that.
Okay, so I think you'll continue. So you're on the right track here to really make sure that it's like optimal experience for you and the animal. And I'm going to stop calling it the animal. What's the dog's name?
Zana.
Donna. For you
Zana.
and Donna. Oh, I'm sorry?
Zana.
Zana, right?
Yeah.
Okay, for you and Zana to be able to coexist and be, you know, happy and healthy together. So there's still some work to do there with just kind of, and it has to do with the amount of energy and how Zana kind of moves around the home. So you'll get there, but keep on that path as well.
Okay.
Two other dogs in the house?
3 other dogs in the house.
I feel like there's 2 that feel connected, and then the other one doesn't feel like it's connected. So I'm not
The
even.
one is 17 and he has dementia, so he's not all the way here.
That would be why. But I actually feel like Zana connects fairly well with the other ones. I think it's just an energy thing that they'll figure out. So I really wouldn't worry about it too much. Of course, continue to monitor, but
and I have cats.
There's some abandoned. Okay, do you know the history of Zana?
I just know someone turned her into the shelter. She was 9 months old, and I'm sure it's because of her energy and her tearing up everything.
Yeah, because there's some abandonment things going on. So she's aware. She's very aware emotionally. So I don't know if this will come up or if there might be some separation anxiety once you guys get a little more connected. So there's just something here that the energies need you to know about the abandonment.
Yeah.
So this is something that is emotionally with her. So it will be something for you to kind of work on with her as you guys get more connected. There might be just some little things you notice. All right. Any other specific questions?
I don't think so. I just want to know that one day we'll have a normal, peaceful house.
I think you will. I think you will. It is a little bit of a journey. I think you're probably, I mean, there's always going to be growing pains, but I think you're a few months away. I don't think it's that long.
Okay.
Because, and the reason I'm saying that is because what they're showing me is there's real tangible things that it sounds like you're already doing. And then, I mean, there's like tangible things that you can change and modify to make it kind of work energetically for all of you.
True.
It's not something to just like hope and pray. I mean, do that too, but there's actually things that you can do and you'll identify that can be done, and you'll see real results.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. She likes
I
to,
do
she likes to sleep on the floor.
Can I
She
ask
sleeps
one
on
other?
the floor.
She does. Can I ask one other question?
Okay. She likes that. They're putting her on the floor, so She's not a bed sleeper like my dog.
She's too big. She's a Great Pyrenees mix.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense too. What's
But
the question?
I have a dog that passed a couple years ago that I was really close to, that was 17. And the day that I took her out of the shelter, one reason I took her home is because I kept having all these little white butterflies, which was my symbol for my other little dog. And she keeps doing things. And I'm wondering, do you think that my dog that passed a couple years ago is reincarnated? Do you feel any comeback energy to me from that she's coming back to here? If you believe that.
I mean, that's not really like how I believe my personal beliefs about reincarnation. I mean, I just feel like when our existence here on Earth stops, we just turn into energy, and it interacts with us in all kinds of different ways. And so that's kind of how we, in my opinion, how we reincarnate. So I have dogs that I'm quite certain that my previous dogs that passed away led me to those dogs, or somehow interacted with me coming in contact with the new dog. So I don't believe that they were reincarnated. Like I say, just my personal thoughts on it. But yes, I do get the sense that there's some interaction with the energy of your previous dog and the animal you now have, Zana.
Okay.
But if it's like a, one-for-one reincarnation, I don't necessarily feel that or believe that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tracy.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye. Cool. Let's go to some questions I've started. All right, Sherry, thank you for being here. Do you see my hands getting better? I did x-rays and have arthritis in them, but they are swollen and sore most of the time. Is there more going on with them? Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is interesting. So let me ask you this, Sherry. Have you had any issues with your liver at all? If you're here, please put that in the comments. Oh, thank you. Everybody say hi to my husband, Christian. He's here with us. All right, back to Sherry. Sorry, I had a scroll moment. So I do see there's opportunity, Sherry, for your hands to get better with kind of care and treatment and that type of thing. So there is opportunity there. Continue working with, and I feel like there's also some holistic methods that you can try out. So if you're open to that, look into that. If not, then go with what you're comfortable with. But continue to work with doctors, holistic, whatever it is you're most comfortable with, because there are opportunities for treatment or some things that will help that you're not doing yet. With the arthritis, I feel like there is something else going on. It's for some reason I'm connecting it to some liver function that could be resulting in some swelling specifically. And I know you're asking what I see with your liver. I don't diagnose or do any of that. I'm just being brought to that as something that we need to talk about. So I'll let your doctor and your medical providers do that if you want to ask them. But that's kind of what I'm getting. But the cool thing is, the good news is there's opportunities for some improvement through treatment or medicines that you're not yet doing. So continue to work with them. Thank you for the question. All right, nobody's coming on, so we'll do some more start questions. All right, NECA, is that how you say that? Are there any new relationship messages for me? Okay, watch out because I feel like we're about 9 months, about 9 months away. So watch out in October for, once again, I feel like this is energy that you're already familiar with. So this is kind of a blast from the past. I wouldn't be surprised. Write it down. Somebody from your past doesn't necessarily mean it's a previous partner, but somebody that you've been connected to that you have not talked to for a while. reaches out. All right. And the reason I'm feeling is because I feel like they're already kind of brewing in their energy of wanting to reach out to people that they've lost connection with. So I do sense that. And then there's opportunity there to build or at least start some kind of relationship. Doesn't mean it's romantic. So there's that going on. Other than that, I think you'll be dating for like the next year. You'll have opportunities for dates. Whether you go on them is up to you, of course. But I'm putting you next year a little bit beyond this time next year. So it's a minute. And it's not a situation where your energies are showing me, or the universe is kind of, the universal energy is showing me that somebody's being prepared for you. I just think that whenever the time comes, you'll be presented with the person that's there, the menu, so to speak. So I've got more energy around it next year, probably March. March kind of feels right. All right. But watch out for this this kind of come back around energy in October. All right, good luck. And the person you're considering now it seems like it might be a waste of time. I don't want to say waste of time. That's not right. That's not fair. May not be in your best interest. How about that? All right. All right, Airbound. Nice logo. Living alone in a new city is sort of lonely. Should I invest in getting a dog, dating, or trying to make friends? All of the above. I think what happens first is friends. And what I'm getting, Airbound, is that there's we're looking for like opportunity zones in the energy around you. I feel like there is like some kind of pockets that are close by you. And when I say close by you, I mean geographically. So this would be either you live in a building where it's easy to make friends, or you live near a social club, a bar, that type of thing, gyms. So there are actually pockets of friend-making opportunities very, very close to you is what I'm getting. So that's where I think the first, I think the dog comes. No, not that soon. I'm not getting dog energy. And then dating, I think dating will also, it's like friends, and then the dating almost kind of comes because of your networking and your friendships. So that's kind of where I think you do you, but going with friends first, I think makes everything else fall into place. And I think it's actually going to be the easiest and the most natural kind of progression for you. So you love that? All right, good. All right. Do you think the person I'll end up with is someone I've already met? I get a quick yes on that. And I'm getting a similar energy to when I read for, who was that person I read for? Just NECA, where it's like, it doesn't feel like you were in maybe like a long-term, it doesn't feel like it's somebody you were previously in a long-term relationship or even like a real committed relationship with, but it is somebody maybe you've considered or flirted with or had a very close companionship, friendship with. Yeah. So I do think it's somebody that you've already had a fairly close relationship to, but not somebody that you've been in a relationship. Does that make sense? Short answer, yes. I do think you'll end up with somebody you've known for a little bit. Oh, this is fun. Will I bake two or one? You'll bake two. You like the double decker, so two. But I don't think you'll go with the funfetti frosting. You'll go with a different kind of frosting. All right, let's go to the starred questions. Susan, I've been sick since December 15th. I've been sick since like before that. When will this virus go? Mostly cost and tired. I actually feel like you're on the mend already. I think there's a little bit of a lingering thing. You might want to, and I can hear this message too. you might want to get it checked out. I feel like there's some lingering stuff that's going to be hard to kick. Like I say, I probably could take this message as well. You might need a little bit of assistance. And I don't know if this is antibiotics or what it is, but once again, not a doctor, but I'm being given some energy where it's like there might need to be a little bit of assistance. And then in February, you can actually start feeling a lot better and start healing. So I get February, but I actually think you need a little assistance with kicking it. All right, Gigi. Money is what they want you to know. So I'm getting like this protection, like they're showing me almost like hoarding money. So right now is not a time to send out your money, and because the energy you get back from it right now is a little wonky. It probably isn't going to quite come back. The energy you get back from it isn't going to quite balance out. So it's a good time to have as much money come in, but kind of protect it, hold it. If you are going to invest it into like really solid things. Now's not a time to be risky. And then I feel like later in the year, there will be some things shown to you that an opportunity. And when I say like sending out your money and things coming back, it doesn't always mean investment. Sometimes it's like spending money on vacations. It's almost like if you spend money on vacation now, it just wouldn't quite give the energy back. The vacation either wouldn't be to where you wanted to go, or it wouldn't line up right. So as far as like spending and extravagant things or investments later in the year, right now, it's time to kind of hold tight with the money. That was the first thing that popped up with your energy. All right, Myra. What year and month will I become a multimillionaire? Why are so many women threatened by me? It's lonely. Wow. I don't have it. If it happens, it's down the road. And I don't know why so many women are threatened by you. I don't have the answer. All right, Mary. Thank you for being here, Mary. So right around, actually, this was July, August. July, extra money. This actually feels like it's like a little bit of a lump sum. So what I call a windfall doesn't mean it's like thousands of dollars, but I think there's a nice chunk of money coming to you right around July, August, within that sliding frame of time there. It feels to me like, I'm not saying it's going to be a gift, but it feels to me like it's a gift or something that it's like unexpected to a degree. All right. So yes, there will be a nice chunk of money that comes right around July, August, or at least there's an opportunity for it. So watch out for that. Otherwise, it feels like just a nice stream. It feels like you're actually making more than you're going to be making more than you were in previous years for whatever reason. So there is a kind of a steady bump as well. All right. All right, I'm going to do a few more. I'm going to keep it a little shorter tonight. Is this? Let's see, this is interesting. All right, Leah, thank you for being here. Hi, Stopher. My dad is estranged from my brother, R, and my dad heard that my brother threatened his life. Can you ask guides who told my dad? Did my brother do that? No, I'm immediately brought to a female, and I don't think this is an older female. I think this is a female that's younger than me too. So I don't know exactly who it is, but they're showing me female. And I actually feel like we've got, I'm usually not too visual, but I am getting, they're showing me my mother. Red hair. So my mother has, now it's a little more gray, but reddish or auburn hair. So this is not a person that's got black hair or blonde hair. It's more of a brownish or reddish color hair is what I'm getting. So I don't think it was your brother. Let's do two more. I think I have two more in me. All right. Oops, wrong one. Thank you for the comment. This one. Hi, Water Lily. Welcome back. All right. Not sure if I can get anything on this. Who's vandalizing my daughter's car? It feels personal. So this is somebody that I believe she would know or connected to somebody she would know. So for example, if she's dating somebody and it's like their ex. So she may not know the ex, but the ex knows who she is. That's just an example. But it feels to me like there's a personal connection. This isn't random is what I'm getting. So and I do feel like it's a female as well. Yes, of course I do. Okay, so yes, I think there's a little bit of work to put in here, but do you do management or HR? That's kind of where I've got. We'll call you L. YL. Anyway, so I've got you kind of in a management or HR setting. So yes, but I think that it's next year. I actually think the job you have is going to, you'll get tired of it, but I feel like you'll sit with it for a little bit. What do you mean? What's Sun Logic's peeps? I agree. Yeah, sounds like it, Leah. Keep us up to date on that. I hope it gets better. Oh, JD. JD is the Sun Logics. Okay, let me see. Do you see any changes in my career on the horizon? Oh gosh, do you work in Sun Logics? Yeah, JD, I feel like it's a situation where it feels a little more internal. It feels actually like something that you kind of get to a point where you're just ready to do something. What I'm getting though, it's something that you've thought about before. Have you ever thought about like it feels like a government type of job or a city job or a government type of job. So that's what I see for you next. And it's a situation where it's like, okay, I'm just going to go do it now. I thought about it or I've talked about it for a while. And whatever I've got going on is just whatever, not really serving you or not really getting you to where you think you need to be or should be. And then it's like, we're going to go for this. And it feels to me like governmental. So, I mean, this could be a lot of things. Of course, it could be in corrections. It could be in city job, whatever the case is. But anyway, so that's what I've got for you. The answer is yes, but I think you're also towards the end of this year, early next year. Because there's the change within you that's kind of processing here where you're the catalyst for the change, not like the job forcing you or something like that. It's just kind of you get to the point. Hope that makes sense, JD. Oh, there's a Sam too. Oh yeah, Samantha. I recognize that name. And do you understand that, JD? Let's do this real quick. All right. I think I met with you the other day. Antoinetta, can you tell us a little bit more about your mediumship course and how long is the session and what sort of things do you teach? So both of the course. So once again, there's a beginner and then there's also an advanced / intermediate. Both are 4-week courses that start in early March. They are 2-hour sessions. So one of them will be like every Tuesday night for 4 weeks and I start I think they're at, it says on the website, I forget. Sometimes I do them at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, and sometimes I do them at like 6. But whatever it is, it's in the evening Pacific time. And so for the beginner, we're just going to go into, working the connection. A lot of it's like understanding the connection. And then there's a lot of practicals as well. So you're going to be in practice. Either, we'll do group exercises, and then we'll also do breakouts where you're with 1 or 2 other people, kind of practicing your connection and your delivery. The intermediate advance is a little bit more refined, of course. So, refining those clair senses, how we receive the information, what it means, coming up with our kind of symbols and that type of thing. Also delivery, ethics, and the sort. There might be a little bit more in the beginner about the spiritual and just kind of understanding the connection and what it means. So yeah, and also on my website, there's bullet points that probably spelled out a little bit better than I just did. All right, and thank you for the question. All right, Samantha, what direction should I take with my life this year? Like where to focus my energy? So there's like I'm actually bringing you a little bit more into like family. What I'm hearing is like family management. So I wouldn't be surprised if some situations with family. I feel like inside the house and even like some extended family where you are actually going to be kind of the glue for some things that are happening, progress and that type of thing. So, I don't know you, but I believe you already kind of do this. So continuing to focus on that, especially what's inside the house. And I'm not sure if this is, it doesn't feel like family planning. It feels like more like family management. So surprisingly, there'll be even more energy on that. I actually feel like what's outside the home as far as career kind of takes care of itself and is not really where the focus. I do also think there is some because now they're showing me like books and stuff. So there's also some, what's the word I'm looking for? Not self-help, but when you do better for yourself. What is it? Help me in the comments, people. Anyway, you'll be making progress just like with your own education and things like that. So that's kind of where the energy goes. All right, got some folks coming on. Thank you for the question, Samantha. Let's see. 2 or 3 weeks ago, I do remember this. I asked about buying my Toyota Corolla, and you said no bad vibes, etc. You were so right. You said no bad vibes. Because I was going to say no, I didn't say no bad vibes. I said no / bad vibes. Got it. You were so right. Details too long to go in here. I want to let you know. Okay, I'm glad it worked out. Was there another? Yes, self-improvement. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. So anyway, I think the rest of this year is going to be a lot of self-improvement, learning things, not necessarily for like a job or a certificate or anything like that, but really just more for like self-enrichment is another good word. Everybody's like self-care, yes, self-improvement. All right, back to the question. Where was it? Oh, thank you, Peggy. Awesome session with Stopher last week. Spot on regarding everything, including roof leak with the storm. Right? Oh, that's right. We had a roof situation. Thank you for saying that. And I like your logo. Let's see. What do you say? Just learned of you and your channel. It's nice to see someone who's not who's real and not a petulant child throwing a temper tantrum because they don't believe. Thank you. And you do understand that. Cool. All right. And I know I had somebody's, I was going to bring somebody on. That's what it was. I had a like total squirrel moment. I don't know if it's threatened, but a lot of women don't seem to like me. I encounter this with groups. Yeah, I'm not going to speculate on that, Myra. I don't get any energy on it specifically. I would just say maybe they're just big dummies. They don't know what they're missing. I hate that that's the case for you, though. All right, Pixie, I'm going to bring you on in just a moment. Thank you, Yvonne. Yes, Yvonne has been in a few of my courses. Taking Stophers Mediumship Course, and it's excellent. Yes, I really learned a lot and enjoyed it. Thank you. All right. Hey there, Pixie. Welcome. Are you there? She was waiting so long. They probably fell asleep. Thank you for being here, Melody. Yes. So I'm getting a yes with this, and I actually feel like there's also something that's being shown to me like a non-traditional kind of, because what they're showing me is my relationship with my son, who's not my biological son, but he's my son. So I almost feel like at least one child biological, traditional, the way most people have children. And then there might be down the road either an adoption or a foster child or something like that happens as well, because I'm getting like a non-traditional kind of bond. The short answer is yes. There's a lot of energy present for that. It's the KK, I don't tell people what to do, but I feel like there's a lot of, I feel like if you sit back and wait, this has the most effect. And to be honest, I don't know if that's a positive or negative effect, but I feel like you get the most like bang out of sitting back and waiting, because I feel like it just, yeah, I almost feel like there's more reaction if you sit back and wait. I know I said like, let's do 2 more questions, and I'm doing like 10. All right, this is going to be the last one. Well, Brenda's coming on, so we'll read this one and then we'll bring on Brenda. All right, currently working on a project fiction novel. It's so interesting. I read for a lot of writers, and would like to know if this project will lead to publication and or more. If yes, what does the timeline look for? Okay. So when I read this, I get the and or more. Actually, the energy pops up pretty prominently. So I wouldn't be surprised. Once again, I say it all the time, you get to decide what actually happens. So when I make predictions, you can flip the script and you get to decide what the prediction actually, what actually happens. But I'm getting more with the and more or more. So I wouldn't even be surprised if it doesn't even get published and actually goes straight to like a screenplay or some other type of media. Okay. I think there's more there. So if it does get published, I think the and more is like a no-brainer. But even if it doesn't get published, I think the and or more is the highest possibility here. I think another type of media really serves it well. So I hope that makes sense, and good luck. Keep us up to date. I skipped your question, my thoughts. If you could put it back in, I'll do it. My thoughts. All right, Brenda.
Hi.
Hey, how have you been?
Good. I'm slow on everything today, so
It's
I missed
all
the
good.
beginning of your show.
Your timing is perfect.
Thank you.
Absolutely perfect. Okay, so is this your question? What do I see for you in January
No,
2024?
I forgot to take that out. That was my last time before December, before January question.
And how'd it go?
Uh,
We're already there. How'd it go? How's it going?
Well, it's a bizarre weather. So I'm all over the place. I'm shoveling snow here in Canada, and I'm you know, trying to keep myself busy, trying to do groceries. Now it's freezing cold. I love the
Oh,
winter,
boy.
so I don't mind it. It's just that it's a little bit all over the place more than usual, so it's not
Yeah.
stable.
I don't envy you. I moved away from a cold weather state, so it's not my thing.
I love it, but I don't have a skidoo or four-wheeler, which is making it boring.
Oh, yeah, you could have fun on that. All right, so
Yeah.
what is your question now?
My question is, what do you see for my health? I don't think I have anything serious, but I know I need to. Anyways, I'll leave it up to you.
Yeah, okay.
Love your hat, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much. Somebody said, I've never seen the show. Is it called Peaky Blinders or Blenders? Peaky Blinders? Anyway, it's a show, and I think it's like the old newsboy gang or whatever back like in New York. Yeah, newsboy hat, I think is what I call it. Get that.
My dad was a baseball hat all his life, so it became a theme.
So this is a little bit more. I actually feel like you're, got to say, not a doctor, not giving diagnosis or anything like that, but nothing like red alarm is coming up. So we're in, I feel like you're in the clear, but always consult with your physicians, of course. But this is a little bit more like just awareness. So one thing, and I feel like this is kind of natural sensitivity, natural weakness, the things that our families pass on to us. I do have like lung sensitivity as something that I feel like we're on mom's side of the family, the maternal side. So it's just a matter of, if you from here on out just really be kind to your lungs and protect yourself from those types of environments that aren't friendly to your lungs, you'll squeeze the most juice out of that fruit, so to speak.
Okay.
So just having that, were you aware of that already? Just with some of the natural sensitivities in the family?
Yeah, well, I smoked when I was younger. I was a teenager, and I thought it was cool. I was talked into it. But I finally woke up in 1998 or something like that. And but I've always been sensitive at my sinuses and whatnot. I just had a checkup. Everything was fine. But my doctor wanted to talk to me, and I just thought maybe if you could see something, or like, I don't have high blood pressure. I don't, I'm pretty good overall.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Yeah, I just need to be physically more active.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. But once again, just, I almost feel like, I'm not diagnosing you with asthma, but there's like kind of, that's what I was feeling like. There might be just like an underlying thing where if you're not kind to your lungs as you progress in your journey, it could be problematic later. So just the more you can kind of protect, you'll be good.
Okay.
And then when we talk about the movement specifically, there's tightness is what I'm getting in the lower back and kind of hip area. So the more you can keep that area loose, stretching, whatever else, chiropractor, that type of thing, specifically the lower part of the back. And then I feel like I'm just like in the booty area.
Yeah, that's my spot. I usually
Yeah. So to keep that kind of as flexible as possible. I know it's easier said than done, but if you can work in a movement routine that specifically, I know there's some great like yoga poses that really stretch and aren't too difficult to do. And I can hear this message as well. So
Oh,
yeah, for sure.
okay. Well,
Yeah,
thank
but I think if you just kind of are aware and kind of put a little more energy into those areas, you'll be in really good shape.
you, Stopher.
All right, all the best to you. Stay warm.
Bye.
Bye, Brenda. Okay, let's go to somebody I skipped. All right, I think it was my thoughts. I'm sorry I skipped you. Does my dog have Addison disease or something else? And I have no clue what Addison disease is. It doesn't matter because I think it's something else. I think that, so what I'm getting, once again, I have no idea what Addison disease is or what your dog's symptoms are, but I almost feel like they're bringing me to like glands, issues with like glands. So, have no idea what that means, but I'm being brought to like some issues with that. But I don't think it's Addison. Should I look this up? Should I look it up? Oh, no, I'm so oh, there it is. Adrenal insufficiency is an uncommon illness that occurs when the body doesn't make enough sort. Oh, this could be what I'm like similar, right? The adrenal glands. Okay, interesting. So I am feeling the gland without knowing what that was. It affects the glands. I do sense something in the glands, so maybe, but definitely with the adrenal glands. Interesting. All right, I think I'm tired. So I hope that answers it. I said no, and then I identified something that literally is what it is. So I still feel like it's not quite that, but it's something similar. Okay. We'll do one more. Thank you all again for being here. 71 of you. All right. Can I ask how my surgery will go if they find something of concern? Yeah. So with this, son, I'm going to be real, once again, at the risk of sounding lame, which isn't my thing. But hi, Peter Dawson. Thanks for being here. Nice seeing you as well. I don't get anything as far as that we need to know. So that tells me, so when I don't get any kind of energy that's like high or low or good, bad, whatever you want to call it, it just lets me know that it's probably, my prediction is it goes, whatever the discussions you've had with your surgeon and your physicians, is it should go according to plan. And I don't think there's anything of concern. I do sense there will, I almost feel like whatever we don't need to talk about what the surgery is, it's your business, but whatever it is, it overall goes to plan. They might have to do just a few little circumnavigations once it's going on, but yeah. And I actually feel like the recovery is as scheduled as well. So I think you're in good shape. Of course, surgery is hard and recovery is hard, and that's what it's going to be. But whatever the discussions have been, I think you can count on that to a degree. All right. What is this? What is this cake? Talking about cake, I have to know. If you haven't tried Milk Bar's vanilla birthday cake recipe, I will. I love a good life-changing cake. All right, friends, thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you didn't hit the like button, could you do that like right now? And if you are not subscribed, please do that. All right. Till next week. Love you guys. Bye.